Hi everyone, welcome back to Glover Budget's Valentine's Day series. I'm Coach Jasmine, and today the topic of discussion is taking your spouse, crush, significant other, person you're interested in talking to. I hope I covered everything as they are and as if they will never change. So, that being said, you don't want to approach a relationship in a way that you can change that person. It would be nice, but you can only lead by example, and if they choose not to follow that, then that is their prerogative. So you need to make a decision. Can you deal with something that's bugging you for the rest of your life or however long the relationship lasts or whatever? And it can be something simple or it can be something very, very complex. So a simple example is my husband used to leave used paper towels all over the place, and it drove me crazy. And he doesn't do it as much anymore, thank goodness. But the reason being is because when he was little, they had paper towels, but paper towels were expensive as they still are now. And so, in order to minimize how many paper towels he used, he would wash his hands and then he'd grab a paper towel, dry his hands off, and keep it in his pocket or just, save it for later because it's not dirty. And even his sister does it or used to. And so, that way they did not use as many paper towels. That used to drive me insane. And before we got married, I'm like, again, something simple. Can I deal with him leaving paper towels all over the house for the rest of eternity? And clearly the answer was yes, or I wouldn't have gotten married. But it can be something that simple, but it can be something more complex. What if your spouse blows all their money? What if your values don't necessarily align? How do you deal with that? So maybe you change your mindset. Maybe you get out of the relationship. Maybe you seek counseling. But that is something. Don't try to change anyone, even if it's paper towels. Don't try to change anyone. Just reevaluate the situation and discuss your options, think about your options, and go from there. All right, have a great day. Thank you for listening, and subscribe, please.